Yeah, word up, word to mother. Here come G-Rap with another one, y'all. We gon' swing this like this. I'm right in front of my front step, thinking of a plan, looking like Raggedy Ann or going Dan, kicking a can. Thinking of a place to pull some bacon, because I'm dead and stinking. So all my shoes winking, t-shirt is shrinking. Soon I see some eyes in my eyes, open wide, quick. Who's that with? Chick, Bill, blast my sidekick. What's up, black? Give his hand a smack. Then up pulls a Cadillac, your baby will be back. Jump right on the side, not too many people saw us thinking about who gotta get robbed, because the mob got a job for it. They drove us down to the silver section of town where the clowns dare be paying for protection. They want us to send up my sister Jimmy the bartender, lend a friend of money, next you're ripping off his bar fender. He's coming up short, cause he snort. Coke, dope, nope, I hope we gon' be caught. He owes some Benjamin Franklin, every last bit of him, but Jimmy's pockets are empty, so now we gotta get rid of him. But Jimmy's wife is with him and they don't want her involved. Hopped out the back seat, they gave me a revolver. Blast you, distract them, while I go and whack them. Enter through the back, shut up the bar and then attack them. He's screaming for his life, reaching for his wife. Shot him in the back of the head and tricked him with a knife. And that goes for anybody, they gotta pay their dues. You lose, cause I got the ill street blues.
Visualizing the realism of life and actuality. Fuck who's the baddest, the person status depends on salary. And my mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live the dream for all my peeps who never made it. Cause yeah, we were beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us, cause all of us turned to sinners. Now some resting in pieces, some are sitting in San Quentin. Others such as myself are trying to carry on tradition, keeping this weapon western street ghetto essence inside us, cause it provides us with the proper insight that guide us. Even though we know somehow we all gotta go, but as long as we leaving, we'll be leaving with some kind of dope. So and through that day we expire and turn the papers. Me and my capers, I'll be somewhere stacking plenty papers, keeping it real back and still getting high. Cause life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff lie, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff lie.
I woke up early on my born day, I'm 20 is a blessing. The essence of adolescence leaves my body down freshened. My physical frame is celebrated cause I made it. One quarter through life, some godly like thing created. Got rhymes 365 days annual plus some. Load up the mic and bust one, cuss while I puff from my skull cause it's pain in my brain vein. Money maintained, no go against the grain, simple and plain. When I was younger, this I used to do my thing hard. Robbing foreigners, take their wallets, they jewels and rip their green cards. Dip to the projects, flashing my quick cash and got my first piece of ass, smoking blunts with hash. Now it's all about cash in abundance. Niggas I used to run with is rich, are doing years in the hundreds. I switched my motto, instead of saying fuck tomorrow, that buck that bought a bottle could've struck the lotto. Once I stood on the block, blue scratch, produced stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Time is illmatic, keep static like wool fabric. Pack a 4-matic to crack your whole cabbage.
Life's a bitch and then you